Hey guys! Okay, so doesn't my makeup look bomb AF? Because mm-hmm, mm-hmm, super fucking cute. I'm just obsessed with myself. I look adorable, okay? I love it. Anyway, I got new makeup recently and I'm just feeling myself every single day. I look so good. Okay, anyway. So sorry, you guys haven't seen me in a fucking minute. Um, it's already the middle of August, and I haven't, and I'm just now filming my July wrap up because I'm trash. No, basically, I think I told you guys in the last video that I was having problems with my school thing and getting my old transcripts from a college that I went to that's now closed. And basically, everybody was giving me the runaround. No one would respond to me. I was emailing all these different kinds of people. I was calling all these different kinds of places, trying to get in contact with somebody about this whole transcript thing. It fucking nightmare. Anyway, I had to tell, my college, I don't think I'm going to be able to get them. Thankfully, I think we're figuring it out. Basically my main thing was worried about financial aid because I need the financial aid to be able to go to school. But they were able to get that taken care of. So for the most part, the nightmare is pretty much over. I do need to go next week. I have a bunch of days off during the week. Whereas this week I only have today off, and I had some errands and stuff I had to do today. But and then the only other day off I have this week is on the weekend, so they'll be closed, so that doesn't work. But like I said, next week I have quite a few days off that are weekdays, so I can go next week and just make sure that I let the peoples know that I don't think the transcripts from those colleges are going to happen because of basically the runaround that I was getting. So yeah. But it's pretty much handled. It's all good. I'm getting excited to go back to school. It's only a couple weeks away. Once my financial aid gets in, I gotta get a couple more textbooks. I got most of them, but there's two that I couldn't get just because I can only find them on the college website. Nobody else has them. So I'm going to have to pay the price for the college bookstore, which is more expensive than what I normally do because I normally just rent from Amazon. So once my financial aid gets in, I got to get those. It's two textbooks that I need, and then I gotta go get some school supplies. I already got a backpack my dad got me. It's supernatural because what else? But I need binders, folders, I need, pencil pouch, I need all that kind of stuff. But I'm so excited, and most of my classes are online except for one that is in person, and it's across town, and it's a really long class, and it meets 2 times a week. But it's because it's a 2-part class. It's got a lab and a lecture, so that's why. But it's zoology, and I'm super excited to take it because it just sounds like a good old time. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited about my school stuff. I just thought I'd pop in, let you guys know why have you been gone? That's why I've been gone. It's been a literal nightmare. I've been so stressed out for fucking weeks about this. Because I was thinking I was gonna have to drop these classes. I wasn't gonna be able to go. It was a whole fucking thing, you guys. A whole fucking thing. It was a nightmare. But it's all good. It's all worked out. Everything is fantastic. Okay, so let's get into everything that I read in the month of July. Okay, so in the month of July, I read 24 books, which is pretty good, like I said, because of all the shit I had going on. But anyway, it's all good. So 24 books, so I have quite a few of them here, but of course, as always, some of them I got from the library, some of them were audiobooks I listened to on Scribd, blah, 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 blah. You guys have heard this before. First book that I read this in July was Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. I was doing the Harry Potter read-along thing, and this was the book that I was on at the beginning of the month. Finished it. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot more this time than I have previous times. I really fucking hate Dolores Umbridge with every fiber and soul of my being. I hate her so much, and she always ruins this experience for me. If she wasn't in this book, it would probably be my favorite. But she is, and she's a bitch, and I hate her, so she can die. KK. Also, there's something at the end that happens that, like, I will never be over it. Like, it, oh man. Never gonna be over it. I'm, like, about to tear up just thinking about it, because it always gets to me. Every fucking time. Okay, moving on. I don't want to cry. Alright. The next book I read was Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. I finally continued on with this series. I read the first book back in like 2015, so it's about damn time that I fucking continued on. I actually really enjoyed this. I had read the first 100 or so pages of this back, like when I first read the first one, but I just couldn't get into it, because the first 100 pages are really fucking boring. Quite a bit of this book is kind of boring just because of what the main character is doing. She's not really doing a lot. She's kind of being held captive in a way, sort of, not really. It's hard to explain. But it's just, yeah, the first part of this book is kind of eh. Once you get past 150-ish pages, I want to say, is about when stuff starts really picking up and you start learning more. And some people show up, and they literally make this entire fucking novel. Like, when those two characters show up, I was like, thank fucking God, because I was about to, like, just be like, okay, I can't do it, bye. But no, they saved it. They saved it. Bless their little souls. I definitely think Dreams of God and Monsters is going to be way better than this, because the way this one left off, I think the whole next book is just going to be completely action-packed until the end. But this was one of my Tome Topple reads, BT Depths. I gave this a 4 out of 5, and, like, obviously I gave Harry Potter 5 out of 5, because what else is it gonna get? And like I said, I only took a star off of that one just because of how fucking slow and boring the beginning was, because otherwise, if it hadn't been like that, like, if the beginning hadn't happened, like, dude, it would have been 5 out of 5. Okay? Anyway. The next book I read was actually an audiobook that I listened to while I was at work, and that was The Runaway King by Jennifer A. Nielsen. And I've been listening to the audiobook of the series while I've been at work, and they were really good. I really enjoyed, I think I really enjoyed the first one, I think, more than the second one. The Runaway King is really good. I really enjoy, like, the pirates. There's pirates in this one, and I really enjoyed that. That one was fantastic. No, you know what? Okay, I changed my mind. Actually, I think the second one is my favorite, and then the first one, and then the third one. I think that's my ranking of them, and since I already said it, I did go ahead and also listen to The Shadow Throne, which is the third book in this series, and the last one, and The Shadow Throne was really fucking good until about, I want to say it was probably about 50 pages from the end. I was so fucking mad, you guys. Okay, because what the author does is a fucking cop-out. It's a cop-out, and I got so angry because it was so fucking good. Like, the book, I was just like, damn, and I was like crying, and I was like, oh my gosh, all this crazy shit that's going on, and I was like into it, and then 50 pages from the ending, and I'm just like, you just fucking ruined it. You just fucking ruined it. And I'm gonna be bitter forever. Anyway, I gave the second one 4.5 out of 5 and the third one 4 out of 5 because, again, I really enjoyed it. I'm just really, really fucking pissed about that ending. So it got knocked off an entire star because I just fucking can't. I'm so mad. Okay. Anyway, moving on. The next book I read was Citrus Volume 3 by Sabatora. And this is a Yuri manga. It's really cute. It's really weird. I like it. Not everybody does, but I like it. So that's really what matters. And the art style in this is just, it's ridiculous. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay, but, like, literally the chick that gets introduced in this, like, I hated and loved her at the same time. Like, she was on my fucking nerves, but I also, like, deeply, like, loved her in a way. Wow. Super complicated feelings on that. And this one also got a 4 out of 5. this month was like July was like the month of 4 out of 5 stars for me. The next book I read was, oh god, where is it? The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss, which is the second book in the King Killer Chronicles series. Oh my god, that was the most biggest tongue twister, which I'm kind of annoyed that I did go ahead and read this because we still don't know when the third one is coming out. Like, we have no idea, and like, people have been waiting. I feel like they've been waiting, like, I don't know, has it been like 10 years? Like, it's been a long time. But I went ahead and read it. My boyfriend bought this for me a few months back, and I read it for Tome Topple. And this one is literally, it's exactly 1,000 pages long. So it took me a while to read, but it was so good. And like, it's so, like, I would literally sit there for hours, and I mean hours, and I would just fucking read it. I would just read it and read it and read it and read it. I love this fucking book. Like, it's so good. It's so good. You guys should be reading these if you haven't read them yet. So the only one I have left now is The Slow Regard of Silent Things, which follows Ori. And I haven't even bought it yet because I'm like, as soon as I do, I'm going to want to read it because I adore her. Like, I would low-key, not even low-key, I would high-key die for her. And so I really want to read it, but like, at the same time, once I buy it, then I'll read it, and then I won't have anything new, and it will be bad. So we'll see when that actually happens, but I gave this a 5 out of 5. It's so fucking good. And I was kind of worried because, at about 350 or so, you leave where your main setting that you've been since that book over there. And I was like, oh my god, am I going to still enjoy it that much? Because I love that setting. That setting is the greatest thing ever. But I still was like fucking eating this shit up for breakfast. I was like, oh, it's just so good. Like, it's so good. I just love this story so fucking much. Okay, but there's one thing I'm fucking bitter about. Like, I'm bitter. I'm really bitter. And that is going to be the shit with Bass at the end. Like, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm literally just saying that. If you read it, you know it. I'm fucking pissed off. I am. Yeah. Anyway. God, that book is so big. The next book I read was Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince by, again, J.K. Rowling. And again, this was part of the reread, and I just have so many feelings. It's not even okay. I just can't. I can't. I'm getting emotional. Like, I swear to God, once I start talking about the other Harry Potter book that I obviously read this month, I'm probably going to actually start crying, which is not a good look. But it'll probably happen because, like, I'm so fucking emotional. I love Harry Potter so much, and it's like, it's so much of who I am, and I just love it. I gave it a 5 out of 5, you guys. Let's see, what can I say about this one in particular? I don't know. Harry has a crush on Malfoy. It's canon. Bam. This book right here proves it. Okay, bye. I don't know. I'm trying to be lighter. I don't want to cry about stuff that happens in that book, you guys. Next one that I read was Final Draft by Riley Redgate. This is a book that I listened to on audio when I was at work one day. It's a pretty short audiobook because I listened to mine on 2 times speed, and it was like 7 hours, so it was only like 3.5 or something. Anyway, so I listened to that one day at work, and it was pretty good. It was weird, though, because it doesn't start at chapter 1. It starts at, like, chapter 13 or something like that, and it starts you in the middle of the book, and then it goes until the end, and then it basically goes back to the beginning, and you get to see, like, the first part of it was really weird. I'm curious to get, like, a print copy of it, like, not to own, but, like, maybe at the library or something, just to flip through, just to see, like, if that's how it's actually written down in print as well, or if that was an audiobook thing. I don't know. Real weird. But for the most part, I enjoyed it. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. The next thing I read was Our Everlasting, Volume 1 by, where's the name? Toko Kawaii. And this is a BL manga. That's what I'm trying to say. It's about surfer people in Hawaii. Yep, pretty good. I like it. But it's not like, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's like one of those ones where it's like following a bunch of different couples. It's not like just one couple. It's kind of like pure romance, but like not as good because like nothing's as good as pure romance. Anyway, I gave it, oh god, I didn't even write down what I gave it. I want to say I gave it like a 3 out of 5. I'm pretty sure that's what I gave it. The next book I read was The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. This was part for like the biannual bibliothon, but I didn't even end up going to the live show because the people that they had that were hosting the live show, I was like, where are any of the people that I actually care about? And they weren't there, so oh well. But anyway, I did read it, and I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I heard a lot of mixed things about this. Like, a lot of people haven't really enjoyed it and stuff, but I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I was super sucked in from the beginning. It's extremely atmospheric, and I just love, like, a little kind of, like, sleepy town, like, that's, like, right there on the beach, and, like, but it has, like, a busy season where tourists come in, and I love that type of setting. It's, like, one of my favorite things, and there's a fucking lighthouse, and it's just basically everything I want, and then the plot twist at the end, like, the last 100 pages is just, like, what the actual fuck just happened, like, cause you're so shocked. Like, that's one thing I can say about anybody that's read this. Nobody has said that I don't think I've seen anyone yet say that they've seen the plot twist coming. Like, maybe someone will try to say that, but I feel like there's no way you can fucking see that plot twist coming, because I'm just like, what the fuck? But it was really good. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. Like I said, I really fucking like this book, so love it. It's good. You should read it. Okay, bye. The next book I read was An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. This is a reread. I read this for the first time, like, back in 2015, but I didn't really enjoy it, but I think that was because at that time I had a lot of crazy shit going on, like, in my personal life. Like, shit was hitting the fan, you guys. It was pretty bad. I'm, like, being humorous about it, but, like, it was pretty fucking bad. Maybe it was back in 2016. Either way, shit was hitting the fan at that point in my life. I just remember what was happening at that time. Anyway, so I think that was part of the reason why I didn't enjoy it as much. So I went back, I reread it, and I enjoyed it a lot more this time. I read through it really fast because, again, I had already read it, and I remembered a lot of the stuff. But again, I really enjoyed it a lot more than the first time, and I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I want to continue on. I actually have A Torch Against the Night checked out to me digitally, but I don't know if I'll actually get to it. I might just wait and get it again later on, because right now I'm doing the newts, and I'm already straying away from my TBR too much, and I really just need to read and, like, get my shit together, because I am getting ready for college at the same time, so, like, I need to get as much reading done as possible while I can. But next week, again, I have, like, a bunch of days off next week for whatever random reason, so I'll have a bunch of time then. The next book I read was For a Few Demons More by Kim Harrison. This is the 5th or 6th book in the Hollow series. Me and my friend Kristen have been bloody reading these together. And this is the one that made me decide I'm not going to continue this series. I'm just so fucking done. I am so done. I just can't stand it anymore. And the crazy thing is that one thing happened in this book that made me like, if I knew for a fact that something that happened in this book, like, if it was taken further and if it happened in the next books, I would read them for that. But I don't think it's actually going to happen. And basically, at this point, Kristen, when she reads them, she's just sending me, like, plot synopsises. Like, she's telling me, like, stuff that's happening as she's reading it, as it's happening. So I'm still knowing what's going on. I just don't have to muddle through, 500 fucking pages of bullshit to get to all the good shit. So, sorry, not sorry. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I'm really fucking pissed. Basically, something really crazy at the ending happened. and it pissed me off, and I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. So yeah, I wish that I could keep going, but like I said, I have way too many books I want to read and stuff that I'm way more interested in. So until something good happens that might make me interested again, I'm not gonna continue on this series. I'm done. The next book I read was Wicca: Book of Shadows for Beginners by Lisa Chamberlain. This was just like a book that was on Kindle Unlimited, which I recently acquired. And I'm getting into Wicca, and I just wanted some more information, and especially on how to like set up my Book of Shadows. This wasn't that great of information for what I was looking for, but I guess it did give me some info that I didn't know. So like I said, it was kind of so I gave it a 3 out of 5. The next book I read was Tales of the Beedle Bard. Again, this was for the Harry Potter reread. Yeah, gave it a 5 out of 5 because it's J.K. Rowling and it's Harry Potter. Okay, bye. Alright. And then the next book I read was The Pirate's Wish by Cassandra Rose Clark. And this is the second book to the Assassin's Curse. And this is the final book in that duology. And it was really, really good. I really enjoyed the Manticore. She was really cool. I really enjoyed that we were finally on fucking pirate ship. And that we were like doing all the pirate things and navigation and taking the helm and all the stuff. I love it. I love it when we're on a pirate ship. That's like one of my favorite settings in books is to be on a fucking pirate ship. It makes my heart so happy. So that was a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed this, and I ended up giving it a 4.5 out of 5. And I'm pretty happy that it was like a slow burn romance. Like it didn't happen like quickly or anything for that matter. And I just super enjoyed it. The next book I read was Wicca by Scott Cunningham, which it's a guide for solitary practitioners. I got this on my Kindle and I read it pretty quickly. Again, this is just kind of like an introduction and kind of like a little bit of a history of like where Wicca came from, how it came to be, and just kind of like beginner stuff. But it's really good, and I highly recommend it if you're interested, and I gave it a 4 out of 5. The next book I read was The Enchantress Returns by Chris Colfer. I listened to this on Scribd while I was at work, and this is the continuation of the, what the fuck is this series called? It's not called, I don't know if it's called the Wishing Spell series or something. Anyway, I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. The first one I was super obsessed with, and I really enjoyed the first one. This one was good, but it just lacked some of the, I don't know what it was, like some of the specialness of the first one or the whimsy of the first one. I don't know. It just wasn't as good as the first one, but I still really enjoyed it, and I gave it a 4 out of 5. The next book I read was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. And you guys, I cried literally like every other fucking page. Like just tears. Like the entire fucking book. It was just ridiculous. Like I can't even deal with myself. Like I was so fucking extra, and I was just like, I'm annoying myself. That's how annoying I'm being. Like I just can't. And then I found out that one of my favorite quotes, like one that I'm going to get tattooed on my body, it's real for us, that was said by fucking Snape to fucking Lily. I am going to cry. Or, well, it was to Petunia, but Lily was, it's a, whatever. But I have so many feelings about this. I just can't. I really can't. I really can't. I love Harry Potter with my entire being. And it really speaks to me. Like, Harry Potter definitely saved my life, because it came into my life at a point where I was very much considering ending my own life, and everything. And so when I say Harry Potter saves my life, like, I'm not being melodramatic, I'm being actually literal serious. Like, it's, I just have so much love for this. And this book, just, again, every other fucking page, I was crying my eyes out. So yeah, that's why this is the only time I've actually reread this book. I've read the other ones a couple times, but this is the first time I've ever reread it since I read it for the first time, because it just destroys me. Every other page, I'm fucking crying. It's a thing. But again, obviously, it's a 5 out of 5. Okay, let's try to talk about happier things. The next book that I read was Living Wicca by Scott Cunningham, which is basically just a continuation of what Wicca by him was. It's just more information, and stuff like that. So, the next book I read, I actually just took it back to the library today, so I can't hold it up, but that was A Mad Wicked Folly by Sharon Bridges Waller, and this is basically like a historical book. It's about this girl who was going to art school in France, and one day their model ended up not showing up, and a lot of the other students, when that would happen, they would pose themselves, and so she decided to do so as well, because she didn't want them saying that, you know, she wasn't as committed to her art as they were. And so basically she strips naked and she poses for her art class, and then word gets back to her father, because basically the school she was going to, she would sneak out to go to this art class. Anyway, they found out, expelled her, and then word got back to her father, and then when she comes home, he basically said, well, I have arranged a marriage for you, and you're going to marry this guy, and you're either gonna act ragged, or I'm gonna take all your art supplies away, and shit. Anyway, it's a whole fucking thing, but it's such a good book. I actually really enjoyed it, and I gave it a... God, why am I not writing down my ratings? I give it a 4 out of 5, just so you know. The next book I read was Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh, and this is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be, because I had heard some mixed things about this, but I actually really enjoyed it. It's about a bisexual necromancer. I loved it. It was so good, you guys. And yeah, I just really enjoyed, like, all the politics that are going on. I really enjoyed learning more about the dead, and like how that works, and how the necromancy magic works. It's super interesting and very layered, and I love our main character so much. She's such an amazing character. But yeah, I really can't wait until the next one. It's gonna be so good. And then the next thing that I read was, Raven the Pirate Princess, book 1, and I heard about this on, like, a lot of people's channels, and basically they were saying, like, yo, this is about to be canceled if people don't start buying it, and so I went on Amazon and bought the first one, because I was like, no, because I've been really interested in this, because it's basically about an all-girl pirate crew, and there's gay in it, gay shit, and I'm like, fuck yeah, sign me up, and it's so good. Okay, like, Jayla is my fucking favorite. Like, I would fucking die for her. I say that all the time, but, like, yo, she's so amazing. I am so obsessed with her. Which, she's this one right here. She's so smart. She's, like, a scientist, and she can, like, build fucking bombs and shit, and she's a badass motherfucking bitch, and I'm just like, I love you so much. So yeah, again, this is just the first one, but I already have, like, such strong feelings for her. So, I'm annoying. I realize that. I can't wait to get the next volume whenever I have some money to spend on it, so. Alrighty, and the next book I read was... Oh, not this one first. Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. And of course, I again watched the Love, Simon movie for, like, the 5th time, because that's what you do. But it was for book 2 with Anna. It was for that challenge. But I also read these, which these are the emails that came. If you got Love, Simon from Target, you got the exclusive edition, and you got the some extra emails between Blue and Simon. They're so fucking cute. There's this one, and it's It's adorable. But they're talking about how they have about crushes at Creekwood, their school, and he's like, of course, I low-key want to know who it is, even though I know you're not going to tell me. But wow, what if we have this? What if we like the same person? What if we have to fight for him, Blue? Simon! Really? Like, you precious little small bean, but like, really? I love it so much. Every time I read that, I die laughing. I can't. I love Simon so fucking much. He is such a precious little human. But yeah, so I reread Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, which this is the first time I've reread it since I read it for the first time back in 2015, like so long ago. But I enjoyed it so much. I just had so much fun. I was laughing throughout the entire thing. It was great. I love this book. I love the movie. It's so good. It makes my gay heart so happy, and I just can't. I love it so much. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up now because I'm just gonna keep saying I can't and not making any sense. So I gave it a 5 out of 5, if that wasn't clear. And the next thing I read, this was actually the last thing I read, and that is Kiss Him, Not Me, Volume 3 by Junko, and this is just a continuation of a manga series I've been reading, and it's super cute. It's just really funny. It's basically about this girl who's like she's like super into manga and anime and especially BL, and she ends up losing a bunch of weight because her favorite character dies, and then she becomes really hot, and like all these guys like start liking her and stuff. And anyway, in this volume, and anyway, it's just chronicling like all of them like wishing they could be with her, and like all of them kind of like she's friends with all of them, but like she doesn't like necessarily feel like a bunch of romantic stuff towards them, because she feels like that's like she likes to kind of watch, not actually be a part of it. Although there's this really cute thing with this other kid. I can't, I'm gonna spoil you. You should read this series, okay? And then you should come yell about it with me, because I have so many feelings about stuff that's been going on. Okay, I've been talking for way too long. This is way too fucking large of a video for what it is, but I am so sorry. I ramble. I suck. I want to start editing at some point, you guys. I just don't know what the fuck to do. 1, I don't know how to edit. 2, I don't know what fucking software to use. 3, I'm not gonna spend any money on any software, so it's gotta be free, so that means it's probably gonna be shit. So that's all I gotta say. I love you. I will see you again hopefully soon, and yeah, catch you later.